some wild rumors are starting to circulate about the San Francisco 49ers. What's up? Welcome to the Cohn and LaRocca. That's Tyler C. LaRocca. I'm Grant Cohn. Today's going to be a really interesting episode. Free agency starts in a few days, and there's going to be real things to talk about. But right now, it's rumor season, and we're getting rumors from very credible sources. The big one is about Fred Warner. This comes from Art Stapleton, who has more than 100,000 followers on X. He covers the New York Giants for somewhere in New Jersey. I'll get that. And we're going to get to his report in a minute. It's basically saying that the Niners might consider trading Fred Warner to the Giants if they can get Dre Greenlaw. So we're going to dig into that in a minute, but I want to start somewhere else because there's another report from Lake Lewis Jr., who has a show on ESPN Radio out in DC talking about Brandon Aiyuk. So why don't we just watch it real quick? It's 30 seconds and then react to it. Okay, here we go.
Possible. Brandon Aiyuk would be a perfect complement for Terry right now. And from what I was told, that knee's good. He's healthy.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to say, I know you heard something. I know you spoke to somebody out there. But I need to know. Okay, so the knee's good. We good up here too?
He's good. He's fine. He just did not want to be out there.
New surroundings.
I've heard a lot of guys don't want to be out there. I'm gonna leave it at that. But that's kind of a thing, man. So possible. Brandon Aiyuk would be perfect.
So I guess the more interesting is the last thing he said, that a lot of people don't want to be out there. We'll come to that second. Brandon Aiyuk, do you think this is true? Do you buy the fact that his knee is fine, that his mentals are fine, and he just wanted to get the hell out?
No,
you don't.
Again, we talked about this last week. If there was any inkling of Brandon Aiyuk being fully healthy and ready to go, we would see any inkling of Brandon Aiyuk being fully healthy and ready to go. He'd post a workout video. Like you said, like we'd hear something from his agent. Like now would have been the time. Like regardless whether the Niners release him in 5 days or not, now's the time to do it, because there's no player in the NFL that wants to go sign somewhere on a vet minimum. Like, even if you wanted the Niners to release you, which they most likely would anyways, even if you posted workout videos, you would still be like, all right, well, I'm going to show that I can play. I'm going to show that I'm good. I'm going to show that I'm healthy so that I actually start some semblance of a bidding war.
Well, let me push back. Maybe he doesn't want to start a bidding war. Maybe he wants to play with Jaden Daniels.
So he wants to make no money and go to DC?
Well, coming off this injury and what he did last year, he's probably not going to get a lot of money. But if he signs a 1-year deal with DC, plays well, he could get more money the next year.
Or he could just post videos of him working out and get more money now and next year.
If his knee was truly shot, I feel like he wouldn't have gotten his contract voided. He would have done everything he could to keep the money. He's been acting like a guy who thinks he's going to get more money down the line.
Has he?
Spending money fast.
Yeah, but he has literally not talked to anybody. There's nothing from his agent. There's nothing from him. That doesn't sound like somebody that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get paid.
But he has a personal relationship with Jaden Daniels and Adam Peters. You don't feel like they've been tampering?
I mean, we saw the tampering with Debo went. It was like, what, 600 yards on the season? Like, Adam Peters is just as bad as John Lynch, if not worse. So I wouldn't really put it behind him to give him a second chance, but it doesn't necessarily mean like, gotcha. Like I believe what we said last week. I don't think his knee's good. I think it's cooked.
I think there's it's possible his knee's cooked. I think it's also possible that he didn't want to be on the Niners anymore, and he pulled Devondre Campbell. He pulled a Devondre Campbell, which is what which is the second thing that Lake Lewis Jr. said, that he just didn't want to be there. And there's a lot of players, or there's more than one, who just doesn't want to be there. We remember Devondre Campbell, Brandon Aiyuk. I really think he at some point said, "I don't want to be in this team anymore. Yeah. I don't want to be part of this locker room anymore."
Yeah, I mean, again, I think Brandon Aiyuk doesn't. I mean, I highly doubt I highly doubt there are a lot of players that don't. Every player that leaves ends up wanting to come back. So I think it's a lot of draft time smoke. It's a lot of smoke and just a whole bunch of nothing to get people riled up.
Get people riled up. You don't think Brandon Aiyuk's going to the Commanders?
I don't know. I genuinely think our prediction that he's not going to play football ever again is like could definitely be a thing. I thought he was going to be on the Commanders, but the radio silence he has had is like scary. Like in my opinion, that shows like he might not want to play again. Like I feel like if you want to play football, you need to post He doesn't even post him playing catch with his son. Like he's not touching a football.
But he did run those routes during training camp and preseason in the first few weeks of the season. And it seems like in retrospect, he was trying to make a statement like, look, they voided my guarantees. You don't know that yet. They said I wasn't rehabbing well. They said I was, messing around. Look at me. Look at me. Don't I look ready to go? Aren't I ready to go? Shouldn't they give me my guarantees back? Shouldn't we stop messing around so I can play football again? And once it was clear that they weren't going to give him his guarantees back, even though he was running around and eager to play, I think the dude walked away from the team. He was like, I don't want to be treated like this. Possible?
I mean, it is, but I don't know. I think his knee might be torched.
It's possible. That's also possible. I guess the Washington Commanders will find out.
Yeah, so I'm glad they're the ones finding out, not us. So
the reason I led with this topic is because it's the sort of the theme of the day. The idea that some NFL insider in DC is hearing rumblings that people are on the 49ers are unhappy with being here and want to leave. So then that brings us to this report from Art Stapleton. Art Stapleton is a Giants NFL beat writer for North Jersey and USA Today. He has 111,000 followers on X, whatever that means or proves. So here's what he wrote. Wonder if the Niners would deal Fred Warner, ? The Giants might be able to use a player like that. And then someone writes, you said this for a reason, LOL. I can see you, Art. And then he goes, I don't know if San Francisco will trade Warner. Heard they might consider it if somehow they could get Dre Greenlaw back in the fold.
Yeah. What? That's another one that, again, I just I can't really buy it. Because
it seems like a guy who already has a platform who isn't really trying to bring a ton of attention to himself. He seems like he heard something and he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's what I heard.
That's what I'm saying is it just sounds like smoke. It's like there's so much smoke that comes out of the combine, like so many random rumors that just have zero to do with anything that just literally aren't true. Because in my thing is Dre Greenlaw wasn't healthier than Fred last year. He wasn't any better. The injury to Fred was just a break. Dre Greenlaw's was a soft tissue, which is more concerning than a break because a break just heals and you're fine. So it's I don't see, and it's not like Dre's going to be cheap. So you can't even really say it's a money thing because he won't necessarily be cheap either. So that's kind of my question is it wouldn't really make sense to trade Fred. If they were
it would make no sense to trade Fred Warner. They just extended him. It would cost them salary cap space to do so. So when I hear something like this, and again, I don't think Art Stapleton is trying to is doing this for clout. He seems like he already has clout, and he sort of mentioned this by the way online.
Yeah.
I feel like this would mean more if he's right that Warner would want out. Yeah. And my question would be, why? He's Mr. 49er. So let's explore that. If he were to want out, what would the reason be? I mean, it seems to me that there's one thing that's kind of interesting about this team. Politics. I'm not talking about actual politics, although we have talked about that with this team, but roster politics and cliques. And I don't know that he's in the clique anymore. I mean, we see the clique is currently in Cabo right now at Trent Williams' villa. Fred's not there. His wife's not there. I don't know.
I was going to say maybe Fred, the way I think about it, right, is, I mean, George should stay because it's not like he's going to get traded to a winner. Fred still has some years of elite football left. And I think it's pretty obvious the 49ers are not they're not. They don't see themselves in a Super Bowl window. Nobody else does. And I think that, in my opinion, I feel like that would kind of be it. It wouldn't very much be as much of the click as, in my opinion, it would be like Fred's like, yo, I've got like 2 years left of like high level elite all pro Fred football. And you guys are doing like nothing to like maximize that time. Like, we're sitting back about to grab Debo again or Mike Evans. Like, the Rams are grabbing Trent McDuffie and talking about drafting Stafford's successor with their young team. The Seahawks are young as hell and great. Why don't I just go somewhere where I can win? Like, in my opinion, if he would want to leave, that's kind of how I would see it. It's like Fred doesn't really care to be a part of a rebuild.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, he's just been so dedicated to the franchise. And I don't think I couldn't be about money. They just gave him an extension. He doesn't seem like
about that.
the greediest guy in the world. It's just like, let's go back to what Lake Lewis Jr. said. Let's go back. Aiyuk is the only one that wants to leave. Okay. Well, Devondre Campbell was one. Is Fred Warner two? I mean, there's something about this team. The injuries are strange. The training staff, the substation, the politics. I mean, if you aren't friends with Kyle Juszczyk's wife, you know what I mean? Like Mac Jones is in Cabo right now, ingratiating himself with all the power brokers on this team, and I don't know. I've noticed that Fred Warner and his wife are never with those people, and I want, like, if you have a team that is so cliquey and politically specific, certain people are going to feel alienated, and I don't know. Is Fred Warner one of them? Because if he is,
I think Jair Brown might be one.
He's the best player on the team. He's the best player on the team. You can't let him go.
What about Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy is number 2. Okay, is that fair? Is that fair?
What about Kyle Juszczyk?
Kyle Juszczyk, man. What if Kyle Juszczyk is? What if Fred Warner feels about Kyle Juszczyk the way I feel about Kyle Juszczyk?
I mean, I could see it. Fred's chippy with the offense. He doesn't seem to like him very much.
It just seems to me that if you didn't get the invite to the group vacation in Cabo, I'd either be upset or wondering about my job security if I were on the 49ers. I didn't get.
Well,
Jake Tonjes is there. Jake Tonjes is there. You know who's not? Ricky Pearsall, Philippines.
Like, here's the thing, bro. Brock can't go because he's probably got like a Toyota ad or like an Applebee's commercial.
He's a child.
Well, it's also, come on.
Also, he doesn't have to go anymore. He makes $53 million a year. He doesn't have to ingratiate himself to Mrs.
Fred just had a child, so.
Okay, there's that.
But I think for Purdy, it's more just like, Purdy's more of a paid appearance guy. Like, you would see his pregame Toyota-thon jackets.
True.
Flashing his Kohl's card, making sure you could see his boots. Like, Brock Purdy's kind of like a walking billboard. He's like, I bet Purdy will be the first player to wear like one of those NASCAR jackets to a game with like just sponsors printed across it. And like, maybe Fred doesn't like that. Maybe Fred's like, I need someone.
Maybe Fred's upset that they got rid of Dre Greenlaw last year and kept Kyle Juszczyk instead.
Maybe he's upset. Yeah, they got rid of Dre, they got rid of Al-Shaair, and now he's stuck with D. Winters and Jair Brown.
I mean, maybe he's not wild about Raheem Morris. Maybe Raheem Morris is going to change the scheme, and Fred Ward's like, "Don't ask me. It's my defense."
Could you see them? Here's my thing, though. If you're trading Fred, you might as well just rebuild. Trade Nick too.
Dude, they might as well just rebuild. Do you understand how far behind
they should
the
rebuild
Rams they are?
Yes,
I mean, we saw what the Rams did today. They're not even close. They're not even close.
They should have 100% rebuild. I'm with you. It's one of those things where it's like, dude, you haven't made a move. Like, you're still not doing anything, and you have so many holes to fill on this team. It's like, bro, the Rams just they like, look at the difference in the GMs. The Rams, like, we need corners. Our defensive backs are terrible. Hey, we're gonna go trade for a young all-pro. The Niners, we need edge rushers. Let's go get Bryce Huff. Like, that's the difference in GMs we're dealing with here. Let's get a quarterback. Okay, we're gonna get Matt Stafford. Let's sign Mr. Irrelevant who had one good year. Like, this is the difference in GM competency that we have. Like, one is willing to make moves and push for great players, elite players. The other one isn't. And then Seattle is just a great drafter. They're just phenomenal in the draft. John's worse than both of them at both of those things.
I'm gonna move on from this, but I just can't help but notice that the Niners culture is very specific in the sense that they have a royal family.
Yes, they do.
It's beyond a clique. It's a royal family, right? It's Christian and Mrs. Christian McCaffrey. It's Juszczyk and Mrs. Juszczyk. It's Kittle and Mrs. Kittle. Those 6. They are the royal family of the 49ers. And Fred Warner is not in that group. Him and his wife.
But
they're just not.
I thought his wife was hanging out with like
Sydney Warner?
I thought she was hanging
out
out
with who?
Olivia Culpo.
When?
I don't know. I thought I saw them.
Maybe.
Weren't they all like at the baby shower?
When was the last time she was hanging out with Juszczyk?
I don't know.
Didn't Fred Warner's wife post some stuff on social media the day that Juszczyk's got cut? Like, wow, I'm having the best day ever. Didn't she do that?
Did she?
I think she did. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. What we don't understand about this team is that while there are certain groups, couples that are super tight, there's also couples that aren't super tight. And you think, like, how could that possibly get in the way? Well,
maybe they just,
You're telling me the fact that this person's wife doesn't get along with that person's wife could affect the locker room? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah.
Stupid.
I do. I
But
agree. I think the Niners
been
are
this
very
way forever.
They're like a high school team.
It's like a high school team.
Yeah.
And you got one. She's making the special high school varsity jackets for people.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't get a. You don't get one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. If Fred leaves, this team's cooked. Like I don't know, man. We saw this team without Fred, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty.
I don't know.
Like, I wonder if Fred's invited to Tennessee,
like
with
AJ Brown or someone like Mike Evans. I wouldn't be super. I think Mike Evans wants to sign with the 49ers, worry about the substation, deal with this terrible training facility and staff, and kiss Kyle Juszczyk's ass. I don't think
be
so.
honest. I think Mike Evans doesn't want to play with Purdy, like or in Kyle's offense. He wants targets. Kyle's offense isn't like a force feed, a star.
You spread the ball around, man. We got to get the ball to our fullback. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if Mike Evans was open for one pass and it went to Juszczyk over him, he would Antonio Brown his way off the field. Shirt off, everything. He'd be gone.
All right, some super chats. Too much sauce says Fred +1. Didn't get the Cabo invite and now wants out. It's so ridiculous, right? It sounds so ridiculous, but in 20 years, we're going to get the real scoop.
I can't wait to get the banana boat story of the 49ers.
I just feel like this is a team that clearly needs like a house cleaning. There is weird toxicity in the locker room here with older players, and it'll be so easy to fix by getting younger, but they won't on offense.
Well, I don't think George or Kyle want them to get younger. So
age is nothing but a number to them. San Diego 49ers says, I guess Kyle Shanahan isn't going to Saudi event, get back to work on free agency. Is he not?
Saudi event?
The flag football.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why would Kyle go? He has no interest. He didn't care.
All day, every day. Kim says Fred might not believe in Brock can lead the Niners.
I think no one believes.
I think he likes Brock. He's always talked about Brock. V11 Compel X Gaming says politically specific. Can you keep your Cali lib crap out of your analysis? Like, come on, we can't enjoy anything about polarizing political comments. Hold on. I'm not taking sides here. Like, I'm pretty much down the middle. I'm just saying, if you happen to be the most Republican or the most Democrat team in the league, that's great for the people who are in that group. But inevitably, someone's going to feel alienated. I
think Brandon Aiyuk
politically specific. I'm just saying. Yeah. I wonder if that's
BA
happening with certain players.
You can feel alienated. I don't think BA felt like part of the family. I'm going to be honest with you. They would never void George's contract or Nick's. I'll tell you that much.
I'm just saying.
I will say, isn't that weird that Nick is part of the clique, but he's never like with them? Like he doesn't ever go to the events with them, but he is. Like,
I'm sure he has the invite though.
Oh, for sure.
Like, no.
I feel like Nick's like the guy that's like, he's that like the guy they really want to be hanging out with them. And Nick's just like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to hang out with my brother in Florida.
Yeah, I'm saying Florida.
And they're
man.
like,
I'm
"Come
good with
on,
that.
Nick. Come on, man. Come with us. It'll be fun." He's like, "I'm good, bro."
I'm good, man. I'm not doing that. Our core players' royal family is lacking melanin. Enough said.
You said it, not us.
Well,
Actually, Trent's
the
there.
thing is,
Trent's there.
that's what I'm saying. Everyone's at Trent's house. This is very interesting. Trent Williams is hosting
Nah,
the royal family of the
they're not
49ers
getting rid of Trent, bro.
in Mexico right now. He also is holding up the 49ers front office for all he can get. He's got another year left on his deal. He wants another deal. He wants guaranteed money. If he's still the Niners usually let this go and they'll work it out in September. But this year, April 1, they got to give him $10 million cash. So I feel like that's the deadline. It's not going to drag on through training camp. They're either going to give him the money in the next few weeks or they're going to get him off the team before they have to give him $10 million. So what would you, before you tell me what you think is going to happen, because I think we all think the Niners are going to cave. They always cave.
Yeah.
Well, actually, is that what you think? Let's do that first. Do you think they're going to cave?
Yeah.
Why?
100%. It's Trent, and he's
It's
with
Trent.
the whole team in Cabo. What do you mean? He wouldn't be hosting the team.
But
if he
doesn't
didn't plan
that
on
feel
staying
like
on
he's
the
trying to
team.
work the team a little bit? Like, come on, man.
Nah.
Come on, man. The
Nah.
youth checks love me.
I think
Come
Trent
on, man.
knows. I think Trent and
Claire
Kyle
Kittle loves me.
I think they have a great relationship, and he knows he's not going anywhere. He knows he's not going anywhere.
Okay, here's my thing. Here's my take. And I'm gonna be wrong most of the time. The Niners, we know, Parag plays hardball at the 11th hour. Shanahan comes in and says, "I want this guy, make it happen." And the Yorks say, "All right, whatever you want, Kyle." I feel like he did that with Trent Williams a few years ago.
Mhm.
He did it with Brandon Aiyuk famously. John Lynch explained it. Ran into the office, shut down a trade. I feel like ever since that Brandon Aiyuk thing blew up in Kyle's face, the fact that he insisted and it was the worst move ever, I wouldn't be surprised if he's lost that power. I don't know that he can go to the front office on March 31st and say, give Trent Williams whatever he wants. We need him. I don't know that he can do that anymore. So what I'm thinking is, what does Parag want to do? What do the Yorks want to do? Are they, do they care enough? What are they willing to pay him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no way they're going to walk. Okay, let's think about it this way. This is the way I think
they beat
about
the
it.
Bears without him.
They
Awesome
just
present.
paid Brock Purdy $250 million and trotted him out with pretty much nothing but Trent, George, and Christian. So they have to make the decision. I know we just paid him $250 million. Are we going to trot him out there with nothing but Christian this year? So even less after just paying him? Because if they let go of Trent, my theory that they're going to get rid of Brock after this year is so much stronger. Because this is not how you treat a franchise quarterback. Every other team is like, okay, we signed him. Now let's get pieces. The Niners are literally opposite. Okay, we signed him. Let's strip the entire offense away. If you get rid of Trent, you now have to replace pretty much the entire offensive line besides McKivitz, maybe Pooney. And then you have to replace receivers. You have to find a successor for Christian, and you need a tight end. You have nothing.
Here's why I'm in favor of getting rid of Trent. Beyond the age, I don't like the idea of putting all your eggs in one basket on the offensive line. And the Niners do this on their defensive line too. Instead of having a bunch of good players, you want to have the greatest left tackle of all time and a bunch of scrubs. And it's fine. It's great to have the best left tackle ever or one of them. But when he's not out there, you got the worst offensive line in the league. When Nick Bosa's not out there, you have the worst defensive line in the league. And what was cool about the Seahawks is their defensive line was really good, but they didn't have anyone like Bosa. They had DeMarcus Lawrence and Uchenna Nwosu and Boye Mafe. And they were like 4 deep on the edge, and they were pretty good they were very good in the interior. They don't just give all the money to one player in a position group and say, we'll get by with scrubs everywhere else. That's what the Niners do. I think they need to stop. Ever since they paid Trent all this money, they've had a bunch of Jake Brendel. If you're paying Trent Williams, then you got Jake Brendel as center, man. I'm tired of that stuff.
But here's the difference. The Niners aren't doing that on purpose. They can't draft. The Seahawks can't afford to
They
pay
got Kwesi back, man. Take it back. They got Kwesi back.
Yeah,
Forget what you thought you knew.
They can afford to pay Leonard Williams and then bring in DeMarcus Lawrence and then fill them with young guys because they actually hit on them. Like, they hit on all of their defenders. Devin Witherspoon, like Eamon Wari, like Mafe, like they hit on all these guys. They're just doing well. They know how to draft. We can't draft. We can't copy that blueprint. We have to sign Trent. We have to.
But even bad drafting teams get lucky sometimes. I mean, they're like lotto picks.
Yeah, we do get lucky sometimes. That's, Fred and George. The issue is we're not very lucky very often. Like,
okay, so you think they're going to pay him? I don't. Do you think they should pay him?
Yeah, I think you have to. You don't
What does that mean you have to?
So, okay, if you think you have a chance at winning, you have to. If you are saying
Do you think they have a chance at winning?
I don't. I think you
Then why should they?
Because they already paid Brock Purdy. You already did it. You already made the mistake. What are you going to do now? You're going to rebuild with a mediocre quarterback? That's even worse. Just trade him too.
They happen to have an even better quarterback right behind him.
And that's my thing is here's another thing. So you got Trent. You let go of Trent. Okay, then why is George still there? Why is Juszczyk still there? Why is Christian still there?
Great question. I love these questions.
Thing. If you're getting
that's
my thing. Yes, I agree. I think that should be their plan. Their plan, in my opinion, is trade everyone that is on a massive contract.
Everyone that's in Cabo right now can't come back.
And Brock. Throw him in there too.
Brock didn't go to Cabo.
Yeah, but throw
Mac
him in there too.
Sorry, Mac. You got to go.
They have to rebuild. But I think they're waiting to rebuild till next year. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to sign a bunch of old guys this year, go for it, miss. John Lynch is fired, and then they're going to rebuild with whoever's next.
What if the Houston Texans would offer a third-round pick for Trent Williams?
I don't think they will do it.
Houston?
No, the 49ers.
The way I look at it is guys, we've been saying it. We're going to talk about what the Rams did today in a minute. The Rams are way better than you.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are way better than you.
Yeah.
Most of your best players are going to be worse this season than they were last season. Man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Rebuild. Holding on to Trent Williams. For what?
I agree. No, listen, I agree. I think they should rebuild. But again, I wouldn't want, if I was them, I wouldn't want to rebuild with John Lynch as my GM either. So I don't blame them.
Man, if I were Trent Williams, I'd want to get the hell out of San Francisco.
Why?
Because you're not going to win a Super Bowl. He's not going to win a Super Bowl there. It's not going to happen in the next 2 years. 2, the taxes are really high. He can make more money elsewhere.
Bro, he makes so much money.
3, yeah, but I mean, he seems to want more. I mean, he wants another contract. Has he been saving? He owns a private jet, Tyler. A private jet. So, I don't know.
I love Trent, dude.
The substation. Don't forget the substation.
Trent doesn't practice,
so
he's good.
On the substation.
He didn't practice. He's fine.
He's from Houston or Texas.
I know. He lives right by me.
Everyone loves D'Amico.
He lives right by me. I hang out with him on the weekends.
D'Amico?
Trent, not D'Amico. D'Amico's a little too intense for me.
Joseph Ehrenberg says this team is just a lame frat house.
True.
Yeah. As long as Trent Taylor is on the team, they can't beat those allegations. Dazza says, why won't the Niners look to winning teams and bring their guys in? They only look in-house or people they know, Sorensen, Raheem, Kwesi. Why not bring in Seahawks, Rams, Broncos, Pats, people, coaches, etc.? Because they're insecure.
Yes, they have egos, bro. They have they have the most inflated, only child egos ever. You could probably ask them, do you believe you should have 3 rings right now? And they would say, bold face to you, yes, we should have had 3 rings. That's their mentality. The only reason
they don't is because there's more chance in football and there aren't 7-game series and Nick Bosa got held.
Yep. I guarantee it. That's their mentality and that's how they act. That's why they just keep re-signing and recycling the same players, coaches, front office guys. Because it was successful. We should have 3 rings. And I guarantee you that's the mentality in the whole building. Outside of players.
I agree. Too legit to quit 916 says Grant needs to hang around real men like Jake Paul did when he became a fighter. Then he will become a real man.
Conservative.
Parentheses conservative. How do you know I'm not? How do you know I'm not? Who said I'm not?
Oh, God.
Okay. How about this? The Rams traded a late first-round pick to the Chiefs for Trent McDuffie today. This dude's an all-pro cornerback, one of the best. He can line up outside. He's better in the slot. He's like De'Amon Lenore, but better.
Yeah.
And now he's in your division. So, do you think the Niners need to make a corresponding move?
They're not going to, but yeah, I mean, they've needed to all offseason. They've literally, like, the Seahawks are slowly falling apart because this is the bad thing about Schneider is he doesn't like re-signing players. Like, he lets players go way too easily. Like, that's his only weakness. So luckily the Seahawks are falling apart, but the issue is the Rams are just getting better. Like, they somehow got him without trading their 13th pick from Atlanta. Like, they just basically drafted an all-pro corner late in the first round. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and they still have a top 10-ish pick, and they easily could trade that plus a pick next year for Max Crosby. Like, this team isn't necessarily done. But Niner fans who may be getting a little concerned, just know that the Niners extended John Weeks today.
Just know that they're calling for Mike Evans and Debo, guys. Don't worry. That's going to be our move. They sign a 25, 26-year-old All-Pro. Don't worry. We'll sign a 34-year-old All-Pro.
No, I have a serious proposal for you for like a corresponding all-in move. This makes me think of the wide receiver position. This team, the Rams, has Trent McDuffie. The freaking Seahawks have Devin Witherspoon. I don't know. I mean, Ricky Pearsall is pretty good, but he seems like probably not a number one wide receiver who's going to destroy those type of cornerbacks. So if the Niners want someone who can really match up, what about trading for A.J. Brown? He's 29. He's a number one wide receiver. He could play X. He could block. He's a big. You could get him probably. You could trade the first, that 27th pick, trade that and Renardo Green. Would you trade the 27th pick in the draft and Renardo Green to the Philadelphia Eagles for A.J. Brown?
No. I don't think he'd get along with the Cabo clique. You think he'd get along with them? I don't.
I don't think he would want to. No,
I don't think he'd get along with Brock Purdy either. I don't think he has zero qualms about calling out the quarterback position.
I feel like if Brock threw it to him enough, he'd like him.
You think Kyle is going to script plays just AJ Brown?
I mean, they need to. The whole goal, I mean, I'm saying like the whole run the offense through Christian McCaffrey stuff is dead. And George Kittle can't be the featured guy in the offense. Never was, even when he was healthy. Now he's coming off an Achilles. Like, Jawan's leaving. Ricky can't be the number one receiver. Like, they kind of need 150 targets for A.J. Brown next season.
I mean, yeah, they do, but they still won't. Like, I would love
to trade for A.J. Brown. They're still not going to win the Super Bowl. And they might have to use that first round pick on an offensive tackle this year if Trent Williams gets cut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like they need a rebuild. Like, I don't see an option for the Niners other than rebuild. You're way behind the Rams. So if you're like, oh, we're gonna win now, how? You're gonna need to make a ton of moves to catch up to the Rams at least.
It's impossible.
Seattle,
7 draft picks. They'd all have to be starters this year. It seems impossible.
Yes, I agree.
Even though, I mean,
yeah, like you said, you'd have to hit on every draft pick and you'd still have to sign like good players in free agency.
And it's like, who really has trade value? Nick Bosa, he can't even pass a physical. Not George Kittle can't pass a physical. You can't trade them. Christian McCaffrey, what's he worth at his age? Really?
Yeah.
Fred Warner?
I don't know, man. I don't understand why they're so immune to rebuilding because they're not making moves to be aggressive and win. So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, the Seahawks made that aggressive move for Rashid Shaheed at the trade deadline. It helped put him over the top. The Rams just made an aggressive move, and don't rule out them getting Max Crosby either. They have a top 10 pick to trade. What is the Niners' corresponding move, man? Like, they haven't even re-signed their kicker yet.
They're not going to make a move because you know what they're going to say. Well, we weren't healthy last year. So, I mean, it's like we got a bunch of players back. It's like we signed a bunch of all-pros because they were all hurt. So that's what they're going to say. Well, we got Nick Bosa back. Well, we got Fred Warner back. Those are 2 all-pros. They only got 1.
Yeah, if they don't trade Fred Warner.
Yeah, they won't. They're going to keep their whole core and do this and win 9 games and either lose in the first round or barely miss the playoffs, and John is going to be fired.
I have a quiz question for you. There's a right and wrong answer to this question. So
Okay.
listen up. Of all the 49ers free agents, who's the most important one for the Niners to re-sign? There's a right answer.
I mean, Eddie Pinheiro.
Yes, that is the right
Yeah.
answer. It's not Juwan Jennings. It's not Thomas Morstead. It's not Cleveland Farrell. It's Eddie Pinheiro. If there's one player they got to sign, it's him.
Yeah.
And if they don't, what would that say about the team? Like, how arrogant can you be? That guy saved your ass. Be grateful. He's not expensive. Are you haggling with him over $1 million or $1.5 million?
Hey,
stop it.
Brandon Aubrey wants to get paid. I'd throw a checkbook at him.
Is that what's happening right now? Is the kicker market in flux?
Maybe.
Brandon Aubrey's waiting to reset it, so maybe Eddie Pinheiro's waiting to see what Brandon Aubrey does so he can ask for a little bit less.
Yep.
Hey, you know what, Eddie? They don't call him Eddie De Niro for nothing. They don't.
He wants his bread, Grant.
He wants his bread. And I would give it to him. You know how they could get the money for Eddie Pinheiro?
Selling a portion of the 49ers.
Cut the fullback.
Dude,
Who's more important to the team, the fullback or the kicker?
Fullback. He's Kyle's best friend. The leader of the team. The quarterback of the offense. One of our best gadget players. I know you're going to rejoice the day Juszczyk goes somewhere else.
No, because what's going to happen is he's going to retire with the team, and then like the next year he's going to get a job with NBC Sports Bay Area as like a local, and he's never going to go away, ever. You know?
Or he's going to be like an assistant coach.
Oh. He'll be the head coach of the 49ers one day. God.
Oh my God, I hope not. Oh no. He'll like find his few best friends, like Jimmy's brother.
Do you think the Niners will find a way to not bring back Eddie Pinheiro? Do you think they'll blow that up? They'll mess that up?
I think they can for sure. Nothing's out of the question for the 49ers and John Lynch. They could totally do that. Like I could see them like, oh, we tried for Brandon Aubrey, and then Eddie gets an offer he like can't refuse somewhere else. And like,
and then they get someone cheap, and then they
like sign Jake Moody
next year.
Yeah, and then they like re-sign Jake Moody, and they're like, oh well,
we always liked Jake.
Yeah, we thought he needed the reset, and he did it. You saw what happened to Bryce Young. He's our Bryce Young.
Nick H says now they need an elite wide receiver, and they keep asking for Jefferson when they could have just drafted him, but no, they had to have Javon Kinlaw.
Like I said, the issue with the Niners is John Lynch cannot draft. He is the worst drafter. He is one of the worst drafters in the NFL. It's the same issue with the Chiefs.
Issue with the Niners is that Kyle Shanahan can't draft.
Whoever's drafting can't draft. That's the problem. Like I whether you think it's John, Kyle, I don't give a shit. They're all horrible. Whoever's in the building. Yeah.
All of them. Josh Wyatt says this show needs to be called recency bias. This 12-5 team with Bosa and Warner added in a third place schedule. We'll do it again next year, and the Rams are one sleep number accident from irrelevant.
Dude,
Joshua.
We had one of the easiest schedules in the league, dude. We're not going to be very good next year. I'm telling you. The way this offseason's gone, the Niners are not going to be very good next year. And I had faith last offseason. Remember, we did our predictions. I was like, the Niners are going to win like 13, 14 games. They could have momentum. All of that is gone this year.
We don't even know who their starting wide receivers are going to be next year.
Or their starting left tackle, or their kicker, or their tight end. We don't know who anyone is. Linebacker. Yeah, like we have no idea who's on this team next year, and it's not looking like it's going to be anyone good.
I'll tell you one guy who's going to be on the team next year.
Trey Hendrickson. Oh,
Mac Jones. So the report is the Niners are asking for a first-round pick for Mac Jones because, of course, they are. Do you believe that? And what do you make of the fact that the Niners are asking so much for him?
I think they want him to be their quarterback. I mean, I think it's just they value him. They know Brock Purdy is going to get hurt. It is a foregone conclusion he will get injured and Mac will have to play. So they have to have someone good enough to win them football games, which Mac is. And yeah, they'll say like if they get a first round pick, of course they'll take it. Then they'll draft like a Javon Kinlaw equivalent that'll never play and be horrible. And then they'll be like, well, we got a first for him.
Yeah.
Like,
is it possible that this is posturing, that they secretly would have taken a day 2 pick, but no one even offered that? So the Niners are trying to play like damage control, and they're telling people like, man, the reason no one wants Mac Jones is because we actually want a first round pick. We want 2 first round picks for Mac Jones. That's why no one wants him. It's not that.
I completely agree. Like, it's like what the Bears did with Tyson Bagent, where he's like, where Ryan Poles like, oh yeah, we're taking calls on him. We're taking calls on him. It's like, yeah, no one was calling because they don't want him. And I think the same thing's happening with Mac. They're like, no, we really want him. Like, they did that all off season. They're like, we really want to keep Mac. Oh my God, Mac's so important to us. And now they're like, yeah, we'll only get rid of him for a first. And they're like, dude, someone please call and offer us a second rounder. Please, God.
Okay, but I think it's important to note that Mac Jones is currently doing some incredible team bonding in Cabo. Should we watch?
Yeah.
Should we check it out?
Our QB1? Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's check it out. Sound off for copyright purposes. Oh, wait, that's the fullback. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Everyone loves him. Oh, they're not on the team, but they're kind of on the team. Oh, they're not. Hey. Oh. Riding the bull. Riding the bull. Oh, look at him. Oh, there he is. Oh,
there's Trent.
Fullback. Mac Jones.
Trent lives such a good life, bro.
Trent lives such a good life. So Mac Jones, do you think that Mac Jones is now the starting quarterback of the team because Kittle likes him better?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's it.
I think there are actually, I have sources that the murmurs are the Niners are quietly shopping Brock Purdy because they don't want him anymore. And the team's route ever since the games where Brock couldn't play, the team completely rallied around Mac. And a lot of the 49ers
and Juszczyk called up Kyle and they were like, bro, Mac Jones is such a good time. Bro. Yeah. What are we doing? Brock doesn't even call us back anymore. He's a dad. He's taking this whole quarterback thing seriously. What? Dude, Mac Jones Brock's is hilarious.
Like, Brock's is with his Toyota guys now.
Yeah,
like in his boot barn guys. Like, he's not even hanging out with us anymore.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a coup, right? I think you're seeing Mac Jones steal the team away from Brock Purdy right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't know that Mac Jones had it in him, but I guess I underestimated him.
I think Mac will be week 1 quarterback because. Like, I don't think the players like Brock anymore.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear.
Like, Trent obviously
go to Cabo, or is that
maybe that's why? Maybe that's what Trent's leveraging. He's saying, "I'm not re-signing unless you make sure Mac is my quarterback, because that's who I want to protect, the guy that's at my house. I'm not protecting the guy back home."
Did you see how much fun everyone had with Mac Jones in that video?
So I'm saying he's not even married, and he's on a couples trip.
What's more important? To be the best man for the job or for everyone on the team to like you?
Yep. They all said he's fun. The difference between him and Brock is Mac's fun. He makes
I love fun. I think Mac's a oodles of fun.
Yep. I think honestly they might extend Mac this offseason and get rid of Brock. I think that's where it's leaning. Give him a Sam Darnold contract.
I'm just saying, if you don't go to Cabo, you got to start worrying and wondering about your job security. It's the smartest thing Matt could have done.
Like, people can say
what he's doing in Cabo right now is more important than anything he did on a football field in 2025.
Like, you can say like Brock and Fred have kids and that's why they didn't go. Mac would leave his kid and go. He'd be like, I'm going to hang out with the boys.
Doesn't have kids specifically so he can go.
Mac's not worried about family. He's worried about friends.
Did he just break up with someone?
Like, Mac
single?
Is just trying to vibe, bro.
He's just there for the vibes. Is a vibe.
Like, that's why Darnold didn't fit in. He's like, guys, I'm trying to resurrect my career. He's like, come on, bro. Take some shots. Trent Taylor's like, dude, just enjoy it. You'll be on the roster as long as you kick it. Trent Taylor's like, that's how I've been around for so long. I always get a chance.
See, I think Purdy pretended to be a bro until he got paid. And now he's like, guys, I am way too rich to hang out with you. Sorry. Yeah. And now Mac is filling the void of bro in the quarterback room, which I think is smart.
Yeah. I mean, that's
because
the backup
Curtis Rourke
score.
might be just a little bit too Canadian to pull it off.
Have you ever
I'm just
seen
saying.
Blue Mountain State? Like, the backup's the cool one. The backup's the best position in football. That's why Mac doesn't want to get traded. He's like, bro, I'm getting paid to party.
What if Mac said to Juszczyk, dude, if you put in a good word, I will check it down to you 3 times again.
Could you imagine? What if that does happen? Like the day free agency starts, you hear like the 49ers have traded Brock Purdy.
I mean, I wouldn't. Why wouldn't they?
They have a quarterback. They have the quarterback they want to play. But Brock's not hanging out with anyone.
I'm looking for another video of Mac Jones in Cabo because they're so funny to me.
What, the one where he drills that gong?
Yeah. Where is that? Mac Jones. Oh, man. I guess I won't find it. But did I find it? 15 seconds. He like takes a shot and drills a gong. No, there's one where he's like posing with Jake Tondres and stuff.
Oh, no.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Anyway, I just want Niner fans to really pay attention to what's happening in Cabo because we're watching a coup unlike anything we've ever seen. Mac is taking the team.
He is
going to
take over the team at this point.
While Brock Purdy's over there being a dad and a husband. He's just not even thinking. He doesn't even understand what's happening.
Not even thinking about his team, dude. Mac is.
Yeah. Who's your family? Your family or the 49ers?
I don't even think Purdy wants. I think Purdy wants to go back to Arizona where he's from. I think he wants to go to the Cardinals. I think that's why the Cardinals released Kyler. That's why Max and Cabo.
When Lake Lewis Jr. said that a lot of people don't want to be on the Niners anymore, he was talking about Brock Purdy.
Dude, imagine if Brock requested a trade. That would actually kind of break the internet. I'm not going to lie. That'd be crazy.
But I feel like Brock kind of goes in the Nick Bosa category of people like they would like to be there and they just don't want to go.
Well, yeah.
Here's someone that I don't think got the invite. I don't think Fred Warner got the invite. I got another one. People that didn't probably get the invite.
Like all the guys in the Cabo clique are just like, they're just frat bros. They don't want kids.
Hold on. I got a guy who I don't think got the invite.
Who?
Ricky.
Yeah, no, he definitely didn't get the invite.
He didn't get the invite. I saw him on Instagram posting something that he was in the Philippines.
Yeah, he got an invite last year, and then after what happened this year, Trent's like, yeah, you're not invited, bro. Ricky probably texted him, was like, yo, what's good? Like, want me to come out? And Trent's like, oh shoot, like wrong number, bro. Like this isn't Trent's phone anymore.
They thought Ricky Pearsall was going to be like country music and line dancing. And it turned out that he was actually more like R&B and TikTok dancing. And I feel like they felt like
his girlfriend was hanging out with Miss Juszczyk though, wasn't she? Like they were doing a lot
maybe
of
she didn't make
together.
maybe she didn't get admitted into the sorority.
I mean, it's possible, man. Ricky,
maybe
I think everyone
rushed.
You know that, like, dude,
didn't.
you know, Ricky saw them partying. He's like, man, I wish I could have gone. I need to play.
He posted a thing on Instagram. I'm just learning how Instagram works, and none of the people in Cabo liked the picture.
They don't care, bro.
Isaac Garendo liked it, and if Isaac Garendo is liking your stuff on Instagram, I can't think of anyone who's more outcast on the team than Isaac Garendo.
Brock Purdy works out with Pearsall.
Do you think the Niners let Isaac Garendo wear 49ers logos in public, or they're like, don't wear that?
I mean, Brock probably gives him a Toyota-thon jacket. Says like, can you wear this for me? And maybe I'll get you like a carry or two. Do you think Brock Purdy has power and influence over the 49ers?
Do you think Isaac Garendo is going to request?
Actually, who do you think has more influence over the offense?
Isaac Garendo.
Juszczyk or Purdy?
Juszczyk. Because you can't replace him. He's irreplaceable.
Oh my God.
Mac, they have a second quarterback just in case Brock Purdy starts
stepping out of line.
Acting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case he gets out of line, he starts
giving Kyle funny looks.
Brock, you want to give me some lip? I'll play Mac right now.
What was that lip? We got Mac Jones over here. He's hilarious. Everyone loves Mac. Mac, tell us a joke right now. Be funny.
Mac could too. Like, Brock, hilarious. You don't even wear cool clothes. Do you see Mac's suits?
Your wardrobe's awful. You have no drip, no aura. This team lacks aura. It's your fault.
I agree.
You know
And
who has
he's like-
aura? The fullback.
Nick. Oh, Nick definitely has aura.
You're a big Nick Bosa guy.
I love Nick.
Yeah.
That's
But
just
that's
because
because you feel like he's a hot dude, though.
he is a hot dude for sure. But
Yeah.
I also just feel like I like Nick because he's like in the Cabo clique, but he isn't. Like, but he's still doing his thing and he's still a beast, but he's not like, he's not going full frat with them. He's just vibing with his model girlfriend and like,
That's true. Like he's like the guy that they wanted to rush the frat, and he was like,
Yes.
"No,
He's
why
too
would I do
cool.
that?
Yeah.
You let me in the parties anyway. I would never
Yes.
live in that freaking house. It's disgusting.
Exactly.
And you need me. I don't need you. I mean,
He's the guy where like, dude, like Nick, let's hang out.
Come
and he's
on,
like, nah, I'm
man.
good. He's like, I'm good. And then they're like,
will you come
like,
Thursday night?
They're
Are you
like
gonna
all
come?
hanging out. And they're like, imagine how cool this would be if Nick was here. They're like FaceTiming him. He's like, oh yeah, fine. They're like, dude, Nick, come on, bring your girl. And he's like, no, you guys have a good time though. I'm hanging out with Joey.
Jimmy Garoppolo was like that for a while. When Jimmy Garoppolo was, because he's a little older than Kittle and stuff, and Jimmy
Yeah.
was the heir apparent in New England, and then he came over here, and Kittle wasn't famous yet, and they all looked up to Jimmy like he was such a freaking celebrity. And then they got rid of him when they became more famous than him. That was so bad. I think you think Jimmy's still friends with them? You never see
Yeah.
Jimmy in Cabo?
Well, I see him always hugging them after the game. They're always like, oh my God, I love you, bro. But I think Jimmy's like, bro, you guys protected Juszczyk and not me. You couldn't
Jimmy
have at
probably
least
hugs
kept
him
me.
and then brings him in. He's like, I know it was you. I know it.
Yeah, he's like, you guys couldn't even have kept me as a backup, bro.
You broke my heart.
Yeah. I can't believe you performed for Brock. You should have dropped a couple of those.
I know what you said. All right.
He's
Well,
like, Christian, we could have been special together. We could have done something together.
I really, really want Jimmy to be on the Cardinals next year. I don't ask
Oh,
for
I
a
would
lot.
love at least Niners would win like 2 games. Like that would be so nice to like at least know you can beat one division rival. Because if they get someone like serious, that would suck. Like because then we actually have to compete because we're not competing with the Rams or Seahawks. The Cardinals we're competing with. Like how like in F1 you have like Ferrari and like Red Bull. We're like Alpine. Like we're trying to fight for best of the rest.
Yeah, and
We're
if
not-
the Cardinals get Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, all bets are off.
Like
You saw
I
what they
mean,
did with
actually,
Jacoby Brissett.
do you remember when Jimmy was on the Raiders? He was kind of dicing us that training camp, that joint camp. He was kind of cooking in the preseason. He was cooking.
Hey, man, Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jimmy Garoppolo. I wouldn't want to see that team.
I
Watch
mean, I'll
out.
tell you, I also saw Geno Smith as a target for them. Oh, whoo, whoo! Better be careful. Nathaniel Hackett with Jimmy or Geno. My God. I mean, tell me that's not insane.
I think they've just been held back by Kyler Murray the whole time. And once they get rid of him, they're going to be fine. Too much sauce's thoughts on Mekhi Lemon combine interview.
Bro, that dude was something. Holy. I can't even say zesty because it was more like he's like ominous.
I don't know what he was doing there, but he seemed
That
like
was
he cost himself money.
Was that the most unique combine interview you've seen?
Yes.
Because that was, I didn't understand. Like, he was just kind of like, making love to the crowd through his eyes. I think he saw like the beat reporters as fans. Like, he looks like it all like he looks like Trey Songz at a concert, right? Like, that's how he was looking at
He wanted to seem like tough and intense, but he came across as seeming like really creepy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you staring at me like that?
Like,
Why are you licking
and
your
especially
lip?
the movement. He was just like, I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, sit still. Like, but would you want the Niners to take him? Do you think he'd fit in with the Cabo clique? Do you think he'd fit in like that? Yeah. I think Juszczyk
Yes,
would really like
I think
him.
they should draft him just so that the use checks and the Kittles have to interact with him, and the McCaffreys have to hang out with
that'd
him.
be-
I think that'd
Bro,
be
I
so
would
good.
have paid to see Scattaboo with those guys. Like, could you imagine Scattaboo with the crew in Cabo right now? He'd be like smacking beers on his head, just going wild. Oh, that'd be awesome.
They're so mad that didn't happen.
Oh, for sure. You know, he's watching the Niners too. Like Scotty was like, dude, I would kill for that right now. He's like, bro, I
What
would
if
be
they
going
trade?
crazy.
What if they trade Fred Warner for Cam Scottaboo?
That would be the most Kyle trade ever. And I would love every second of it because there's no way you could deny that was a Kyle trade. Like that would 100% be like.
Hold on. People are saying that I had clickbait today. Wait a second. This was all sourced information. Okay.
Yeah.
Sourced information. Art Stapleton covers the Giants for a newspaper in New Jersey. He has double the followers I have. He said he heard that the Niners would be might be open to trading Fred Warner if they could get Dre Greenlaw. I don't think they're going to trade Fred Warner. This is what dude said, so we're reacting to it. And then we heard Lake Lewis Jr., not to be confused with Lake Lewis Sr., said that Brandon Aiyuk probably going to sign with the Commanders. He's fine, and that a lot of people want to leave the Niners. So bring it up with the Lewises. I just react. But it seems legit to me.
Who is the Niners Cam Scottaboo of this year's draft? Do you see one?
I was going to say Dylan Thieneman, but he ran such a fast 40. I don't think he's going to be there for the Niners.
Yeah. I think it's Michael Taff. They interviewed him. The safety.
I don't know who that is.
Safety from Texas. Hoorah.
All right. I have to go now, but I really enjoyed hold on. Thoughts on McCullough?
Yeah, you just
imagine being Fred knowing these are his teammates.
I feel like Fred gets down in Cabo, bro.
Maybe. All right. I got to go. Thanks for watching. Take care. All the best.